In this new world of virtual learning, my advice to you is don't take yourself too seriously.
Be sure to stock up on toilet paper.
In this challenging time of virtual learning,
don't forget to exercise every day.
Kai?
Oh, what?
Hi Berwick, just a message to say in the weeks ahead, keep some of your favorite things close by. And if you need anything, give me a shout. Bye.
Oh my gosh! Yes!
Oh, hi. Kim Kreider here in Colorado, practicing some wellness with snow tunnels.
My advice is to keep reaching out to your friends, letting them know you care, and to enjoy being with your pets every day. They must be so excited to have you home. Right, Corbett?
You know the expression, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Brandy gets it.
You can go to school from your couch, and nobody will know if you're wearing sweatpants!
Sweatpants!
Here is some great advice for our new virtual learning world.
Having plenty of snacks.
Hey son, what are you listening to during your virtual learning?
Why don't you just take a listen? Zoom, 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 no matter what. Got zooming on my mind, I could never get enough. And every time I step up in my kitchen, computer screen goes up. And we zoom in.
You can get the whole family involved in the learning.
Teacher!
my advice to you as we start virtual learning is to go all out for the virtual spirit days and student life to come.
I'm not going to be in this video.
Even though you're at home, it's really important to stay serious and focused at all times.
In our new virtual learning world, my advice to you is love makes us stronger, but don't let your past distract you.
Good morning, everybody, and I hope you enjoyed that video we made right at the start of our virtual learning 3 months ago. This is the first time that we've been together with this full group in 3 weeks. And sadly, it's the last time that we will ever be together, the Berwick Academy Upper School for this academic year. Think about that, the last time this group will ever be together. And I say together when in fact we are cumulatively tens of thousands of miles away from each other. It has been quite a spring trimester, and here we are together at last, together while separated, but together for the last time. Just as this spring was different than last trimester, and indeed any spring that any of us have ever known, so too is our country, different than it was 3 weeks ago when we were last together. Yesterday, 5 of our community members spoke powerfully in addition to what Mr. Hamilton has written about current events, and they moved us with their reflections. They moved us, but what have they moved us to do? In this community, we have a wide range of reactions to our country's turmoil, and for me, frustration is near the top. Yes, I am sad. Yes, I am mad. Yes, I am stunned, but also frustrated, which stems from not knowing what to do. What can I do to help, to calm, to bring peace to our fractured world? From our living rooms, with our phones in our hands, we can listen, we can educate ourselves, we can post on social media, but what can we actually do? When a white male TV anchor asked Kareem Abdul-Jabbar the same question, he gave the most simple answer. An African American who converted to Islam when in college, Abdul-Jabbar is the all-time leading scorer in professional basketball history, scoring more points than Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and Kobe Bryant. More importantly, he is thoughtful, he is smart, and he is compassionate. And when asked by a white reporter, what can we do, Abdul-Jabbar replied, go make a friend with someone who doesn't look like you. Go make a friend with someone who doesn't look like you. And how simple is that? And yet how powerful would it be if we all did it? If each of us went and made friends with someone who does not look like us. And I would expand your options and go make friends with someone who does not look like you, or eat what you eat, dress the way you dress, drive what you drive, listen to the same music, or read the same books. Go meet someone who's not attracted to the same kind of people, who doesn't vote for the same people, follow the same feeds and stories, sing the same songs, or play the same sports. Someone different than you. So go do it. It may be awkward at first, and at Berwick, we know everyone in our classes, and meeting new people is not a regular occurrence. And this pandemic certainly makes meeting people hard. So maybe making friends with someone different in the short term means communicating differently with different people, following different news and different social media, or just listening to different music. But in the long term, go make friends with someone who does not look or eat or sing or vote or study or play the same way that you do. And if we all did that, it would be one small step in our Seacoast region to bring the world together, though today we seem apart. We have a great assembly today, a lot to cover, many farewells and announcements of leadership positions for next year, and other great stuff to share. We should not be here for more than 45 minutes, and first up is our head of school, Mr. Jim Hamilton.
Mr. Smith, thank you for your thoughtful words and kicking us off today. Congratulations to all of you on the successful completion of the school year. This year was unlike any other, and one that I think all of us will remember for the rest of our lives. A special thanks to the upper school faculty who did an incredible job this spring, transforming their traditional program to a remote one. I hope that all of you are able to enjoy the start of the summer as the beaches start to open and there are a few more things to do. Above all else, I'm so excited to see so many of you back on campus this fall. And it's been great to see seniors this week, more coming today, and then to see all of you on Saturday or maybe Sunday for our commencement. I know one thing I have learned this spring is that I will not take for granted the time that we share on our beautiful campus, even if it is freezing cold and raining in May. I hope that you will thank your parents for all the support they offered you this spring, and especially for the opportunity they give you to attend Berwick Academy. As I said yesterday, we will be around and available to you this summer, especially as it relates to the incredible unrest in our country right now. You should also know that we'll be offering some academic work in July if you would like to brush up on your skills or maybe even get ahead. So stay tuned for the news about that program, which should be coming out in the next couple days. Finally, it gives me great pleasure to make a special presentation this morning. Like prizes awarded to students, we have two very special prizes that are awarded to faculty at the end of each year. In the past, those awards have been given at commencement, but we have now started a new tradition of giving these awards with students present so that they might share in the moment. This morning, I will be awarding the Dorothy Green Award. The description of the award goes as follows. Named for Dorothy Green, the valedictorian of the class of 1925 and Berwick teacher for many years, this award recognizes a faculty member who has demonstrated a great passion in the classroom and an unyielding commitment to the profession of teaching. Faculty members are nominated and chosen by the administration. It is a tremendous honor to award this year's Dorothy Green Award to one of our most versatile and most excellent teachers. When I think of this faculty member, the words that come to mind are energy, passion, and talent. She can often be seen making her way briskly from one end of campus to the other. She is the rare faculty member on campus who has crossed divisional between the lower and the upper school. Ask any upper school teacher if they would like to teach in the lower school for a couple of days, and generally, the answer is a hard no. And I would guess the same goes for the lower school teachers. We each appreciate very much what happens in those other divisions, but it is not for us. This teacher does it with a smile and a style that translates so well. Her passion came through loud and clear last year when she applied and was chosen to be the World Language Department chair. In my conversation with her about that role, she had idea upon idea of what we might do to further our program. This year, she has put in countless hours in the hopes of creating an international immersion experience for our Berwick students, which I hope that we can realize in the coming years. Her students say it best with quotes like, "Senora cares for each and every one of us, and unequivocally, she loves being here to teach us. She cares about our well-being. She has been by far the best Spanish teacher I have ever had. She is hands down one of the best teachers at Berwick. She is a fantastic teacher. She's a fantastic teacher, and I love being in her class. I can always count on her being there. Her passion for teaching Spanish has helped me create a passion for learning it, and I really appreciate that. She is an amazing teacher and probably the best teacher I have ever had." And to top all of that off, she sings like an angel and shares that incredible talent with us as a member of Ambulate as Tolerated, our faculty band. We are so lucky to have her and her two amazing boys, Max and Rowan, here with us at Berwick. For her passion and talent as a classroom teacher and her creativity and vision as a leader, it gives me great pleasure to award this year's Dorothy Green Teacher of the Year Award to our own Julie Alexander. Congratulations, Julie. I think you're out there somewhere. I can't see you, but I think you're out there. Thanks, Julie. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Julie. What a well-deserved and incredible honor. So proud of you from the upper school and from the lower school as well. We have more great gifts and leadership positions to talk about and some farewells here. So we're going to start it off with a special scholarship for one of our seniors that Miss Moira McKinnon will announce. So Ms. McKinnon.
Good morning. It's great to see everybody here. Congratulations on making it to the end of the year. I wanted to give special recognition to one of our amazing seniors who has achieved an incredible honor. John Luxinger will be attending Norwich University in Vermont next year, and he will be the recipient of a complete scholarship from the Marine ROTC program. These are very rare and very giant honors given to students that will cover tuition and expenses that will sustain John through his education. And we're so proud in this time of turmoil and chaos to know that one of our own will be joining the officer corps and serving his country and is receiving this incredible recognition for all he has accomplished at Berwick and what he will accomplish in the future. So congratulations to John Luxinger for achieving a full ride Marine Marine ROTC scholarship, and well done.
What's that? It's me. It's me. Congratulations to John, and thank you, Ms. McKinnon. A bunch of other thank yous to give pretty quickly here to people who, over the course of the year, have just done tremendous work, and a couple in particular this spring. So I would like to thank our tech crew. I'm standing here in the theater, in an empty theater, which is so hard for me to do right now, but on a given day, we have a crew up in the booth that I'm looking at right now, and in particular, Mr. Lazars, and we'll talk about him in a couple minutes here, but I want to thank Bella Clark, Parker Douglas, Sophia Estes, and Ryan Garisi for their great work all year long in the tech booth. So thank you to all of them. Certainly in this spring and online and working from home has been different for all of us, but it has not changed the work ethic of Louise Rouleau and Cindy Eaton. When we're on campus, when we're off campus, it doesn't matter. These two incredible women do so much work for our school, and our place would not be the place that it is without them. Their incredible work allows the rest of us to focus on our teaching and our work with the students and the faculty. And Cindy Eaton, Louise Rouleau make the Berwick Academy Upper School run. So thank you to both of them. I am sitting here next to my good friend. The only other person in theater is Mr. Seth Hurd. And we have had many moments to thank Seth. And I want to add Tyler Albert to the list, who have just done a remarkable job in their work for the tech office all spring. You know, when, and I'm going to speak to Seth personally right now, I had the opportunity yesterday for about half of the senior families to come up and be on campus for a couple of hours. And to a person, those parents said, Berwick Academy nailed it. It nailed this remote learning. And I mean this when I say we would not have been able to nail it without you and Tyler. So thank you so much to Seth. And to Tyler, excuse me. I'm going to turn it quickly to Mr. Downey, to Mr. John Downey, and he will say a couple of things about a couple of our colleagues. So, Mr. Downey.
Good morning. I just wanted to give a huge shout out to Mrs. Givens and Miss Kofta for making senior projects memorable for the graduating class. These co-chairs were determined to make sure that each and every senior could do the project that inspired them. But when COVID-19 changed our circumstances, they kicked into second gear and continued to troubleshoot and make it possible for the projects to continue. Many original projects were not affected, but Mrs. Givens and Mrs. Kofta helped several seniors rethink and adapt their projects to make sure that the experience would still be personally meaningful. Ultimately, the senior class would like to thank you both for maintaining a long-standing Berwick tradition and for helping save the experience for them. Thank you very much to both of you.
Thank you to Mr. Downey for sharing those great words, and here, Julie and Darcy, fantastic work, amazing work. Seniors are so lucky that you were there for them this spring. I'm going to turn it over to Miss Tibbetts, who has a thank you for our big buddy leaders. Miss Tibbetts.
Morning. Every year for the last 20 plus years, we pair up willing seniors with the youngest members of our community. And we visit them to play games, read to them, and much more. This past year, we expanded from just working with our kindergartners to also spending time with our pre-K kiddos. With our new schedule, it was challenging to find the best times to visit the lower school, given the rotating basis of which periods fall on the time that worked best for the pre-K and kindergarten classes. I'd like to acknowledge our 4 leaders from this year for all of their efforts to sustain this cherished program. Eiley Mulkern, Maddie Vining, Sam Lassie, and Emily Christie. They were great ambassadors and organizers, as many of our seniors helped our 3 through 6-year-olds make good choices in the lunchroom, go on nature hikes, or work on an art project. Thank you so much for your effort and time. We have tokens of appreciation for you guys, which I will get to you soon. Thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Tibbetts, and thank you to those students who were instrumental in making us one school and working with our younger kids. I'm really pleased seeing Ms. Tibbetts on the screen there to announce that she will be a class advisor for next year. And last time Ms. Tibbetts was a class advisor was for the class of 2006. And back then, I was her partner, and I was her supporter, and I was her second-hand man. And I'm pleased to be doing that again with her. So Ms. Tibbetts and I will be the freshman class advisors for next year, and I really, really look forward to working with you, Adele. Next up, we have some announcements for student leadership positions for next year. So I'm going to turn it over to a combination, I think, of Ms. Gabbaro first, and then Ms. Kreider, and then some students who have some announcements about leadership positions for their clubs. So we're going to turn it over first to Ms. Gabbaro.
Hi, everyone. I am announcing the SLC election. A big thank you to everyone who ran and voted. And of course, a big thank you to our outgoing SLC heads, Logan Ryan Trotsky. Next year, representing the class of 2023 will be Ella Freund, Anderson Picard, and Young. For the class of 2022, Jonah Friedman, Liliana Rosa, Charlotte Vatcher, and Caleb Weinstein. And for the class of 2021, in the SLC heads, Cormac Feely and Camille Gaudet.
Hi, everyone. I'd like to announce the results for SWAT, but first would like to thank our outgoing SWAT leaders, seniors Zach Boston, Will Boyd, Holly Cannon, Tia Freund, Phoebe McGovern, Costa Moklis, Henry O'Shaughnessy. They did an amazing job this year, and I'm so, so proud of them. We also have a couple juniors who will be stepping down from SWAT this year, and that's Spencer Aubin, Casey Houlihan, and Emily Nine. They also did just such an amazing job with SWAT and with the program and helping our freshmen acclimate to the upper school. I would like to announce the new SWAT leaders. We have Patty Condon, Braden Stevenson, Jackson Travis, Olivia Calais, Maggie Kerwin, Mulika Saxena, Hattie Wagner, Luke Osgood, Noah Roby, Trevor Stempian, Daisy Helm, and Julia Wagner. Thank you, guys.
Thank you to Ms. Gabbaro and Ms. Kreider, and congratulations to all those student leaders for next year. I'm going to turn it over to some students now for some leadership succession, and first will be Coffee House with Grant and Theo and Ruby. So I think Grant is first.
All right. Hello, everybody. So yes, we're here to announce the Coffee House leaders for next year, and we'll get right to the point. So the leaders for next year will be Ryan Garissi,
Cormac Feely,
and May McDougald.
And congratulations to all of those Coffee House leaders, and thank you to Grant and Theo and Ruby for a Coffee House season that I don't remember one like it, certainly for the spring, but for the fall and winter, it had a feel, it had a look, it had a vibe that was just amazing. It remains my favorite Berwick social events, and Grant, Theo, and Ruby, you guys nailed it. It was perfect. Paul Rawlings will now share some leadership positions, I believe, for the MUN and for Berwick Votes. So Paul Rawlings.
Hello, I am here to announce that next year the club leader of Berwick Votes is going to be Amelia Whitcomb, and the next year's club leader of Model United Nations is going to be Ruby Leonard.
And congratulations to those two. I want to, where do I want to go next? I want to thank our Wolfstock leaders for this year. Again, in such a different format, but Kendall Barton and May McDougall, they were just remarkable. And I will say, as a lover of music and a 20-year participant in Wolfstock, I was suspect at the prospect of doing it online, and I will admit that I frankly thought let's just not do it. And Kendall and May, they certainly didn't listen to any of that advice, and they persevered through a really, really difficult situation. And a week ago, I had the most lovely hour and 15 minutes sitting at home listening to the music, and I just want to congratulate and thank Kendall and May for all of their great work. We are going to move on to the yearbook dedication, and we have a video to share from current editor Sam Wright for the yearbook dedication. And then we're getting close to the faculty goodbye. So those speakers just know that we're getting towards your role here. So first, from Sam Wright, a video about the dedication of this year's yearbook, which will be, I should say, available in the middle of the summer or so. With the pandemic and everything that's happened, we have been delayed. Every school has been delayed in getting their yearbook published. So the yearbooks will be available, and we will make sure we get them to all students, including, of course, the seniors. So Sam Wright and her video, please.
Hi, everyone. I hope you're doing really well. I'd like to just make two quick announcements. First, I'd like to announce who the yearbook editors will be next year. It will be Casey Houlihan, Olivia Calais, and Megan Case. So congratulations to the three of you. Chloe and I know you are going to do a super great job, and I know Ms. Hanson is really excited to work with the three of you again. Secondly, I'd like to announce who we have decided to dedicate the yearbook to this year. As per tradition, we will be dedicating the yearbook to the class advisor, the senior class advisors, as well as a teacher who the senior class voted on. So this year's yearbook dedication is to Mr. Buenceseso and Ms. Russell, who are the senior class advisors. We love you both very much, and we're so grateful for what you've helped us accomplish over the last 4 years. And we'd also like to dedicate the yearbook to Ms. Pollard, because you have been with us since freshman year as well, and you've watched us grow into the class that we are today. And we couldn't imagine Berwick without you and your enthusiasm. So we'd like to dedicate the yearbook to those three very influential people in all of our lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam, and congratulations to Mr. Buenceseso, Ms. Russell, and Ms. Pollard. Very, very well deserved. I want to take a moment to say farewell broadly to underclass students who may not be returning. And there's not necessarily more or less this year than there is in a typical year. But again, as I look out at this empty theater, I know that the seats right in front of me here will not be filled with the class of 2020, and everyone's gonna move down here. But I also know that there will be some empty seats that are filled by current underclass students who will not be with us next year. So in this, our last moment together, we will miss you. Come back to the Hilltop anytime. Come to a coffee house, come to a dance, come be with us. You will forever be a part of our community. So we bid you farewell and wish you good luck. I want to take a moment to thank and honor two faculty members who are not leaving. I want to be clear, they are not leaving Berwick, but they are leaving positions, very, very impactful, very, very important positions. And two of our department chairs are stepping down. And again, I want to be clear, are staying at Berwick to teach and get back into the classroom full time, and for both of them, get out onto the athletic fields as well. Mark Small and Meg Martinson are both stepping down as department chairs. They have both been chairs. They're kind of a neat pair here, because they both have been chairs for 6 years, and they both started in the department chair role when we created the new curriculum council. And having been there as long as they have, I cannot tell you the impact that Mr. Small and Ms. Martinson have had on, really, and I mean this, virtually every piece of the curriculum that you all are involved with every day. Though they are chairs for just a single department, they have been with us lockstep for the creation of the Pinnacle classes, for the creation of the Pathway program, for us phasing out the AP program. Mr. Small and his department really overhauling the curriculum and creating the freshman and sophomore IPC and IBC, had a huge role there. Ms. Martinson really broadening and diversifying the literature that we read for all 4 years, freshman through senior year. And the two of them have been tremendous, tremendous chairs. So can we all please give a really, really big, long round of applause for Mr. Mark Small and Ms. Meg Martinson. I'm also pleased to announce that for their replacements, Ms. Sarah Anderson will be the English Department Chair, and Mr. Jim Maldonis will be the Science Department Chair. So congratulations to both of them. I think I missed a student announcement for which I apologize. So we are going to get to Maggie Kerwin, who has an announcement, I believe, about outreach leadership for next year. My apologies, Maggie, and please share your announcement.
Yeah, no worries. So I'm going to be the new outreach leader. And then before I announce the other leaders, I'd like to thank Greta Lincoln, Logan Ryan, Natch Pritchard, and Sam Gustafson for being the leaders last year. And our new leaders are going to be Julia Wagner, Ainsley Westcott, Zoe Lesneski, and Ria Ramdev. So congratulations to them.
Thank you, Maggie, so much. And again, I apologize for skipping over that important group. We're now getting towards the end of our program, and we're moving right along. And this is the toughest part. And again, I just want to say that to the senior class in particular, and just so the underclassmen know, the seniors have 2 more of these events. There's baccalaureate on Friday night, tomorrow night, and then commencement. So many more words from many more faculty, many more awards to give out for the seniors. So I just want to make sure everyone is aware of that. And then again, for the underclassmen, this is it. And we will be saying goodbye to 5 faculty members, and each of them has a kind of a unique place at Berwick. And some of them have been part-time and are now full-time. Some have been sabbatical replacements. And one of our good friends in particular has been here an incredibly long time and had a huge impact on our school. So I've asked some students to speak about each of these faculty members. The first 4 really have been here kind of 2 years, but again, in various full-time, part-time, sabbatical replacement roles. And so the list is Mr. Avis, Mr. Elliot Avis, Mr. Chris Lazars, Miss Carolyn Hutton, Mr. Owen Harrington. So those are the first 4 that we will start with. And to speak on behalf of Mr. Avis, I have asked Caleb Weinstein to share a couple of thoughts. So Caleb.
Thank you. So I've had Mr. Avis for 1 ceramics hand building class, medals 1 through 4, and an innovation pursuit. He's helped me myself as an artist, starting as someone who just made some pinch pots for fun, all the way up to me being a jewelry maker and glass blower who sells products. He has helped me through constant projects and he's been a major inspiration to me. I wish him all the best as he moves on from Berwick. Mr. Avis, thank you.
Thank you, Caleb. And Elliot, we are going to miss you so much, and we wish you the best of luck. Mr. Lazars has had multiple roles and been all over campus, including yesterday and today, doing this sound and spinning some really great tunes all day long for the seniors and their families. So I have asked Bella Clark to say a few words on behalf of Mr. Lazars.
Thank you. First, I'd like to thank Mr. Lazars for teaching me the past 2 years. I don't know, I think he's been here for about 4 or 5 years. I'd like to thank him for my first lead role in theater, but not on stage in the booth. He has really taught me leadership through taking 3 of his tech classes, as well as the technology part of theater tech. And although being confined to the booth, he has been one of the most impactful teachers to many students, to so many kids that have been in the play with him as he's directed them through it. And I know he will be missed. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Bella, and I couldn't agree more. Mr. Lazars is everywhere and really everywhere we need him. So we will miss you, Chris, and please do stay in touch. Ms. Hutton has been just a tremendous presence on our campus for a couple of years now, again, in various roles, and just been a wonderful person to sit down next to at lunch, and I know her students absolutely adore her. She's been part of the World Languages and Cultures Department, and she also this spring filled in for Ms. Onken during her sabbatical and had a huge impact on those students in the second half of the year. So we have, I hope, all the way from China, Olivia Wu, who is going to say a couple of words for Ms. Hutton.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me to say something. I can't believe I called a teacher her first name for 3 years, and she's okay with that. Many of you may not know Caroline, Miss Hutton, until this year. So let me introduce her. She is not just a great teacher, but also a close friend and even like a family member to me. The first year I met Caroline, she was my tutor. And the second year, she became my teacher. And this small but unique class called US Culture and Literacy has formed. This year, because of insistence on the importance of this class, US Culture and Literacy was allowed to continue. We had another year together and accomplished even more great things. It's the every little details that Caroline did that make this class so special. She came early and organize the seat just so we can sit in a circle and really listen to each other. She would bring some snacks and tea every Friday, and my personal favorite is her homemade banana bread. Caroline has a magic that she can always find the sparkles in you and let you feel that whatever you said matters, even something silly. After all, we all know that her favorite saying is, "That is beautiful, and you should write it down." Thank you, Caroline, Ms. Hutton, for all your efforts to create a safe space for us, your kindness, compassion, and overwhelming love. You will be forever remembered, and I wish you the best, and I hope to see you again very soon. We'll miss you.
Thank you, Olivia, and how remarkable to hear those beautiful words all the way from China. That was amazing. Thank you for being with us. Mr. Harrington has been at Berwick for 2 years in our math department, and I think the easiest way to say the impact that he has had is in his first year, he was chosen as the commencement speaker for the class of 2019, which just shows how much the kids respect him and how much they look up to him. So I've asked Will Boyd to say a few words on behalf of Mr. Harrington.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Mr. Harrington is one of the most interesting teachers I've had during my time at Berwick. His fast-paced, blink and you may miss it, deadpan humor is rivaled only by the greats. Getting a reaction or laugh out of him is something I've always tried for, but was only able to succeed in once or twice. His vast wealth of knowledge is astonishing. He can tell you anything from which famous artist's real name is Christopher Breau to how derivatives played an important role in French protests. These facts all come together for a trivia challenge at the end of each trimester, which were pretty good. Pretty good. In 1 year alone, I felt I've only been able to scratch the surface of what he knows, yet I've learned so much from it. Thank you, Mr. Harrington, for a great year. I hope that one day you'll be able to overturn your excommunication, and I wish you good luck in your other future endeavors.
Reagan's first. Thank you, Will, and thank you to Owen. We wanted to keep the camera on you just a little bit longer, Mr. Harrington, for that sweet handlebar mustache. These are all hard. It is really, really difficult to say goodbye to anybody, but certainly someone who has been here for 15 years. And Sasha, I probably can't say much because it'll overwhelm me. So Sasha has just been a force. She has created the current dance program at Berwick. She has impacted students from pre-kindergarten through 12th grade for her entire career. And as Mr. Hamilton said earlier, that is such a special gift to be able to do. And very few of you, I won't say us, very few of you can do it. And Sasha, you are one of those special people who a 4-year-old and a 14-year-old and a 19-year-old will just listen to and respect and look up to. And you have, for 15 years, had a tremendous, tremendous impact on our program. So I think I am going to Sophia Estes right now to speak on behalf of Sasha.
Hi, my heart is beating so fast right now. So Aislinn and I actually wanted to say some words together. Aislinn and I have been lucky to have been taught by Sasha since we were both super young, and we have been so lucky to have had such a strong powerhouse role model. She is kind, motivated, and never fails to push her students to do better. She brings a positive light to the studio and not only teaches her students how to dance with grace and strength, but to grow as better people. Sasha, we love you and thank you for everything that you've done.
No, it's back to me. Thank you, Sophia. Beautiful words. And to all 5 of those teachers, we will miss you. And as I said to the students, come back often, be with us. And we will miss you so much. Thank you for everything that you have done. This is the hardest part to do in front of an empty theater by far. We are nearing the end here, and the last word will rest with the Freund sisters actually in a moment. And so we're going to hear from that wonderful group, from that wonderful family in a second. And I would just go back to where we started, or where I started this morning, and ask you, beg you in the next, I was about to say the next couple of weeks and months, but for the rest of your lives, go make a friend with someone who doesn't look like you, and let's make this world a better place. Berwick Academy has given you those tools, and you know how much community and leadership means to all of us. And so as we move forward from today, go out and make our world a better place. So I'm going to turn it over to Tia and her sisters for the last word. And then when they are done, that is it for the academic year of 2019-2020. I wish you well. I love you all so much. Missed you. I can't tell you how much I miss you, and cannot wait to see you all again in September. So I turn it over to the Freunds.
Hi everyone. I'm here with my sisters Toriella and Carly, and we want to thank the whole Berwick community for such a great year. And a special thank you to the teachers and faculty for everything they've done for us. It's definitely been a memorable year, and we all witnessed history in the making, but I'd like to congratulate everyone for their accomplishments, and a special shout out to the now rising freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and now seniors. Finally, to the class of 2020, you did it. I can speak for all of us when saying we would do it all over again because we had some of the best memories of our life here. It's hard to say goodbye this way, but it's safe to say that Berwick will hold a special place in our hearts forever. This year really showed me how special the Berwick community really is. On that note, I'd like to wish everybody a safe and healthy and amazing summer.